Hello everyone, welcome to Dodles Live. My name is Claudia, and if you have not joined us before, we go live on Instagram a couple times a week and tell you guys about the new app called Dodles. Dodles is an all-new animation app that makes it fast, fun, and easy for you to draw, animate, and share with your friends. One thing that we're going to do on the live stream today, actually, what the topic is taking your idea or what you're drawing in Dodles and then how to actually animate it. I realize that we haven't gone as in-depth as we probably should have, and so I'm going to walk you through start to finish kind of the basics of creating a dodl, and the hardest part about making a dodl is looking at what you want to make and figuring out the different layers that are needed and then the different groupings in order to make everything move. So we know a lot of you guys are drawing using the app and some of you are animating, but hopefully this walkthrough today should help you. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Also, if you guys have any questions during the live stream, Callie is on camera. So Callie or myself would love to answer any of those questions for you. And also, if you start watching this tutorial and you're like, oh my gosh, what app is this? Where can I get it? The app is called Dodles. You can't go into the App Store just yet in order to get it. You have to go to the link in our profile, fill out those 5 easy questions, and then within about 48 hours you'll receive an email that gets you access to the app in beta. We are testing out the app right now. We are still making improvements, so you guys are the first to try it out and really get a feel for the app before everyone in the world has access. So jump on that opportunity and be sure to download the app from the link in our bio. So let's get started. So what I did for this is I just used the photo import tool. It's this one down here at the bottom that kind of looks like a landscape or a picture. And I just imported this picture of a cat that I found on Google. I just searched cat drawn, something really simple like that. So then I'm going to go into my brush tools. I have it on pen, color is black, and the width is at 2. I'm just going to switch that to 1. Oh my gosh. There we go. So the hardest part about essentially this and Dodles and making things move is creating the layers. So you kind of need to analyze what parts you want to move when you're making a Dodl and then draw accordingly. So I want the head to be able to move on my cat, and I also want the tail to be able to move. So since I want those things to move separately, I have to draw them separately. So we're going to start out by just drawing the tail. I have my brush tool. I'm just going to take my stylus. I'm at a weird angle right now to be drawing, so please forgive the lines if they're not great. And this is just going to be kind of a quick example. Alright, so you guys can see that I just drew the tail, and then I'm going to push this green OK stack and solidify that. If I click on the picture and peel it back, all you should see is the tail. And I can go in and edit that tail to make sure it looks like how I want it to. Alright, and if you didn't see how I peeled that back, I tapped on the picture, and you'll see those gray icons come up, and then I clicked on this one in the lower left-hand corner. It's like a little tab or a peel or a bookend, and it peels everything back into this upper corner. That way it's there, it's not in the way cluttering everything. So we drew the tail. Now I'm going to go back into my brush tool and create another layer and trace the head of the cat. So this is just going to go really quickly. I'm just going to trace it to the best of my ability. I can always go in and clean it up later, but I want to show you guys what I'm doing with this so you can see. So I'm going to do some of the quick little strokes that will make it look like a cat, but this won't be perfect, so I want this to go pretty quickly for you guys. So adding the details to the ears. Every kitty cat, most kitty cats have ears. I don't want to say all of them because there'll be a cat that'll find me on the street without ears or something. Cats know that I'm allergic to them, like they can sense it, and so they just get really close to me and they're like, guess
hey, what? Is this bothering you
You're gonna die. And I'm like, oh, okay, well you're really cute, so it's probably worth it. Alright, so I'm tracing the eyes. Other eye. And if, let's say that you wanted the eyes to move, like the pupils on the cat, you would draw those as a separate layer as well. And I can go back and show you guys how to do that if that's something you're interested in seeing. But it's basically everything that I'm showing you right now is the concept of creating those different layers. Just gonna do the nose really quick. I know that this is more detailed, and I'm going quickly so that things won't look as perfect as I'd like them to. But this is like a really, really beneficial tutorial to hang in there and watch and make sure that you understand. Because if you're trying to animate the things that you're making on Dodles, you have to understand the layers aspect. So, we just outlined the face of the cat. I'm going to click on the picture and peel it back and take a peek at what it looks like. It's going to be rough. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But this is like what our cat looks like. And if I click on that, what we just drew, this is one layer. This is one layer. And we also have that other layer of the tail. The last layer that I'm going to make is the rest of the body of the cat. And I'm just going to trace that really, really quickly. So, oh, I already made a dot somewhere. So, I'm just going to trace the outline. And this one's going to be kind of rough, but I'm not going to be adding to this layer at all, so it's okay that it's a little rough. Add the lines for the feet. Muchas gracias thank you for saying it's a very beautiful drawing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, so like I said, I am just outlining the rest of this cat. I'm not going to go in and add some of those stripes, some of those details. This one's just a quick, like bare minimum, so that we get the gist that this is the body, but this layer isn't the most important because we're not going to be animating it. So we'll just add a couple of those stripes. Kitty cat has to have some detail on his body, right? Okay, so yeah, this is like really rough, but it's a little bit of detail just so you guys know that it's the body of the cat. Okay, so if we click on the white space behind the cat where that picture was and we peel it back, now we see that there's the head, the body, and the tail. These are 3 separate layers that I've done. And I don't know if you guys saw that before, but if you're working on a layer and you click edit, you have this green OK stack in the upper right hand corner. You have to make sure that you push out of that when you are done creating a layer. You can always go back in and edit it later. I keep moving this, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So the next part is filling in those layers with color if you want to make a colored animation, right? So what I'm going to fill in first is the head. So I'm going to peel back this body, peel back the tail, and just focus in on this head. I'm going to use the freeform shape tool because that one's my favorite as far as like, it's quick, it's pretty easy.
Kind of like a fill bucket.
Yeah, a lot of you guys were looking for like a bucket tool, and this is probably the closest that you'll get. I don't know anything about cats. Since I'm allergic, I don't have one, so I'm just gonna, actually no, I'm gonna make this cat gray, because this is like a color that you can easily just access right from our preset colors. So I'm gonna vaguely trace the outline of this cat head. Like that, and then lift up. So I outlined the whole cat head, and then I'm gonna click on this green OK stack, and I'm gonna send it down until we see it disappear. So that filled in most of our cat. What I'm gonna do is go to the brush tool. I'm gonna make this a size 2. I'm gonna click on that same gray. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit and fill in the areas that I missed. Again, if you guys have any questions during this live stream right now, please let us know. We'd love to answer those questions for you. And again, this is really quick, but this is just the examples of those layers. I feel like this tutorial, it's probably going to be a longer one, but it's going to be really beneficial for you guys to start animating if you've just been drawing using Dodles. So now I click on those lines. that I just made to fill in the color, and I'm going to send those down below. So now our cat head is filled in. I'm going to fill in those eyes really quick, so I went to the freeform shape tool, change the color to white, and then I'm just going to make the other one, and then I'll send those down. Oh, sorry.
You good?
I'm hitting Callie over here, you guys. So we're going to send that down. Great. So now that I've filled in that cat and everything else is peeled away in the upper left-hand corner using that like tab or peel button, I'm going to take my stylus, or you could take your finger. You can use your finger in Dodles as well. I just grabbed a stylus for today. And I'm going to drag it all the way across, and you'll see all the little blue triangles come up. So hopefully I've got everything. Sometimes it'll miss something. Just make sure you go back in and add it. But then when I lift up my stylus, this whole new menu populates at the bottom. And you're going to want to click on Group, which is in the lower, it's on the top menu, second from the left. So I click Group, and now the whole head is grouped together. It should move as one. So when we peel back everything, and we peel back that picture of the cat, we've got our head and we've got our body. And you can see that the cat head is on top. So what I'm going to do really quick is fill in that tail, and then I'll fill in the body. This is going to go pretty quickly, guys, so I'm not going to explain what I'm doing. But if you have a question, let me know. But I'm just going to do this really quick for the sake of time. Oh, golly. So this is pretty big, so I'm just going to do this one really quickly. Pretty vague, honestly. Okay, so I'm just going to make the size of this brush bigger really quick just so it fills in more surface area. That way it's less detail oriented for me. Okay, we are almost done filling this in. Thanks for hanging in there, you guys. Okay. And like I said, I'm doing this pretty quickly, so it's not perfect. But this is just to show you guys kind of what needs to be done in order to create like a really detailed animation. So I'm going to send that down. And then I'm going to group that all together. And I'm going to send this one to the bottom, and then I'm going to bring it up one layer because we have that original picture of the cat as the top layer. So what I actually want to do is move that cat away, right? So this is the picture that we based it on. This is the cat that we just made, right? And we have those three grouping things together. I don't know if this is making sense so far, but we have the cat head, the cat body, and the cat tail, and I'm actually going to send that tail down to the bottom. But if we click on the cat head and we want to drill into it and go and fix something, let's say I want to make the eyes green, you click on that. It looks like a tornado. It's actually called the drill. So you click on an item and you click on this tornado or drill in the upper left-hand corner. Now you can see the different layers that we've created if I want to fix something. So I can click on this tab button, this peel, and it'll peel it back, and you'll see the shapes that we have, and we have those layers of the brushes. But let's say that I want to make the eyes green. I'm going to go to the brush tool. I'm going to make that brush size smaller. Well, I'll pick this green just because it's there, and we'll go around that. Now I'm going to send that green down below the black. But I did that all within the grouped item of the head. So we've got those three different groupings, the head, the body, and the tail. Now what I'm going to do is group it all together. So we have those three grouped items I'm going to lift up, and now it's one big group. If I still want to go in and adjust something in the head, or the body or the tail, you just have to click on that drill or that tornado in the upper left-hand corner. And you'll be able to click on that item and then drill into that. So I know that seems a little like a lot of steps, but once you get used to it, it's really, really easy. So since what I would use that drill feature for is not only just to edit something, but I click on the cat now. It's one item, right? Drill into it, and now I'm going to animate the head. So I click on the lightning bolt in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm going to have it move up and down, actually. So I click on move. Great. And I'm just going to say that that's fine. And actually, we want to drill back into that cat. And I'm going to have it rotate its head towards the end. So I clicked somewhere in the timeline where I wanted to start it rotating. I clicked on the lightning bolt in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm going to click rotate. Like that. Okay, so that takes up about 4 seconds. What I'm going to have the tail do, and you can adjust your point of view while you're in the animating mode. So I'm going to click on the tail, and I'm going to have that rotate. Now this is going to look kind of funny at first, and it's because we have to move the rotation point. So we'll do that afterwards, but the first thing I want to do is have the tail rotate. So we're going to have it go up, down, like that. Oh my gosh, and we want that to start later, so we're going to delete that. And we're going to click on, like, really close to 0, as close as we can get, and we're going to do that again. So that's not bad. That's actually a little too long, so we're going to recreate that one more time. Sorry about that, guys. So we're going to go up, down. Great, that takes about 4 seconds. So now what I mentioned about moving the rotation point is you click on this little blue target. It's right next to the recreate button, recreate rotate button. So if you click on that, that's going to take the center point, or the pivot point of the item, and we're going to move it to the bottom of the tail. Say that we want it there. So we can push play to see what that's going to look like, right? Oh my gosh, that cat loses its tail. But that's where we want it to rotate from, right? So we're going to leave, well, actually, I think we can move it. Let's see if that'll fix the issue. Yeah, he loses his tail in the bottom there, but having it rotate from that point isn't a bad idea. So if we leave the rotation point where it is and then recreate the rotation. That looks good to me. And then I'm actually going to move that rotation point one more time to the bottom here. So now if we push play, we have the head moving for the tail, or for the cat, we have the tail that moves separately. So this is something that, so now we have all these moving parts for one item. But yeah, now we have all of those items. It's Callie! Now we have, oh sorry.
You're good.
If we push play, again, this is what our animation looks like. We have the cat that's grouped as one, we have the head that moves, and we have the tail that moves. So we have separate animations that are all going on in one dodl. So we went through the process of creating the layers, we went through the process of grouping each individual thing, but the most important thing to think about is what do you want to move when you're making an animation, and then grouping accordingly based on the layers that you're making. So hopefully, I know that this has been a longer live stream. If you guys have questions or you want to see more things like this, please let me know. But this is, I think, the best and quickest way to explain how to draw those layers and then how to start making those animations that you were looking for. So I'm going to play that one more time. This is something our newest intern Joshua is having trouble with. Joshua is from Rwanda, and so he's never done any sort of digital animating, and this is the thing that takes the longest to get used to when you start using dodls. But once you get the hang of it, it's like it literally becomes a no-brainer, and it's really easy. So we can play that, and I'll show you guys, this is something we show you a lot of the time, but in order to export your animation, you just swipe up this main menu, you click on the little paper airplane that was over in the bottom right. You can click on what you want to export it as. You can export it as a video or as a GIF, and then you just click share. And it takes about 30 seconds or less in order to do all of that. Yeah, do you guys have any last minute questions for me?
or Callie. I know you guys are giving Callie some love, and it's definitely needed. We love Callie. So now then I just saved that to my camera roll. But just because we've created this as an item doesn't mean that you have to stop your animation here. You could add a floor, right? Just incorporate a shape. Let's make it like a light pink carpet. That seems good. I'm just gonna make that bigger, really big. So now that's on the ground. And then, if you wanted, ooh, guys, I got an idea. Bear with me, we're excited. You could make like a ball of yarn that rolls back and forth. So this is not great. I don't know what, I haven't knitted in a while. But this is what we got, right? Just gonna clean up some of those edges really quick. But you guys, that honestly didn't take too long at all, what I originally showed you. Like, I feel like if you were gonna do it in After Effects or even on like Flipaclip, it might take a while. So all of those programs that I just mentioned definitely have benefits and are worth trying out, but if you're looking for a quick animating program, Dodles is the way to go. So let's say that I want to add that ball of yarn. Use that freeform shape tool. What color yarn should we have, Callie? Yellow.
Yellow? Good. We're just gonna fill this in really quick. Yellow. I'm showing you guys all the things I just showed you again, but really easy, really quick. Oi. We're gonna group all that. We're gonna make this smaller. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh, okay, so then we're gonna have this ball of yarn rotate. So if we push play, what I think would be really cute is if I would have drawn the layer for the paw, and the paw would have moved, and then it would have pushed the ball of yarn. Yeah. And I could always show you guys how to go back in and do that kind of thing if you're interested, but you can add as much detail to your dodls as you want. And you know, to finish it out and make it look great, let's just say that we'll put a light blue color. We'll scale that so it's really big, and then we'll send that to the bottom. So now our whole cat animation, we've got the ball of yarn. I wish that the paw moved so I could have it swat it, but then I would have the yarn on this side and then have it flip over. So that would be really cute. But that should be everything. Awesome, yeah. Shoot us a DM if you have questions and you don't want to ask during the live stream. That's totally fine. We would love to help you out and walk you through anything that you have questions about. So that's our dodl for today. Thank you for hanging in there and watching. Hopefully you learned something new and you go and try it out within the app. We do have some other social media platforms, so if you are on Twitter, be sure to follow us. It's Dodles with an underscore after the name, and we tweet some dodls that we're making for national holidays or pop culture things. So be sure to tweet at us, retweet, like our stuff, and we'll do the same with you. We also have a Facebook group, so if you are on Facebook, search Dodles Community and put in a request to join us. It's a place for artists and creatives to share what they've been working on, give some critiques, get some feedback on their own art, and share their dodls or animations. So it's a really great space for creative people, so if you're looking for the kind of community and you're not finding it on Instagram or on other platforms, join us on Facebook and we would love to do that. We also have Callie and Erica showed the sauce. I'm editing their latest video and it's looking really, really good. So be sure to watch those videos on YouTube as well because Callie and Erica are really funny. And it's just like worth your time. Yeah. So they will have another live stream, another show on Friday, I believe. So be sure to tune in to the sauce on Friday. And always remember to turn your phone horizontal for their show because we film horizontally. So make sure that you bring your hot sauce, bring your favorite spicy food, and watch the sauce on Friday. So yeah, that is all that we have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining our live stream today. I had a lot of fun and I hope that you learned something new. But we will be back again later this week, either with another live stream or with another episode of The Sauce. So we hope to see you there. Be sure to download the app and we'll see you then. Bye guys!